Hi you guys, Debbie Lively again with Lively View. Thank you guys so much for coming back to watch another one of my videos. I so appreciate you every time. And I just want to say thank you to the, because some people have been coming over and subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to do so. Please continue to share the videos with your friends. I would so appreciate it because I'm trying to grow this little channel over here, y'all. I'm trying, okay? All right, you guys, today we're going to talk about sibling rivalries. And you guys just bear with me. It's all going to make sense. You know, I always try to drop some knowledge when I come here. So it's going to make sense. So we're going to talk about sibling rivalries. So I have a question for you guys. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I had to invite the ancestors in. I almost just bypassed that, and we don't want to do that. So let's do that. All right. Okay. All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about sibling rivalries. So the question I have for you guys is, do you have a brother or a younger sister who has always tried to imitate you, emulate you in every way? They wanted to dress like you, talk like you. They wanted your friends to be their friends. They would take your stuff. You know, they would always tell on you, you know, just anything to kind of get under your skin. But at the bottom of it, under it, is that they really just wanted what you had, right? Or what you have. That's what they always wanted. They just wanted to kind of be you secretly, but they would never say that's what they wanted, that they wanted to be you. Well, I have a sister who was like that. In fact, she actually sent me like this crazy threatening text last night. She's a younger sister. She's 3 years younger than me, but she just always wanted to be the older sister. She just always has. But, you know, the divine has just not set it up that way. You know, I came out 3 years or earlier than her, and it's just not something she's ever really been able to accept, right? So I say all that to say is we've seen the same scenario between siblings, older siblings and the younger sibling play out historically. We've seen it in our literature. We see it in the Bible with Jacob and Esau. We saw it in Hamlet. We saw it in the Lion King, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the original of the siblings, a fight between siblings, really originated as an ancient Kemet story. And it's a story of Osiris and his brother Set. And for those of you guys who don't know the story, it really is the Lion King story, right? Except for a lot more brutal, you know, but it is the story of Osiris, and Set is a Lion King story. You know, of course, Osiris was the older brother and Set was the younger brother, right? Set, of course, just as in the Lion King, Set killed his older brother because he wanted, once again, as the younger sibling, he wanted what Osiris had. All right, so just keep that in mind. But what if I pose the argument that possibly, and think about what I'm saying here, that we may be living the same scenario out in our contemporary times? That this tug of war and this fight between the black man and the white man is metaphorically an Osiris and a Set story, right? Because we've already established that the black man is the older brother. He is where mankind originated. The black man was the firstborn, first created. So he is without question, he is the older brother, right? And white people came later, right? The white man came later. So we know that he is the younger brother. However, what we see playing out is the story of Jacob and Esau, right? It's the story of Osiris and Set, that this younger brother has stolen the kingdom. Listen to that. He has stolen the kingdom. He currently holds the keys to the kingdom, but it was not ordained that way. God created the black man first, not the white man. And if we go back and we look at Jacob and Esau's story, of course, Esau was the oldest. They were twins. Jacob came out, grabbing on to Esau's foot, right? We see that. We know what happened in the Lion King, right? But we see that scenario playing out. But like I said, you guys, think about it if this is what we're seeing playing out here in our lives, that we see the younger brother holding the keys to the kingdom when he really shouldn't. He really shouldn't. And the divine has set it up where the older brother, you know how it was when your parents left home, they always say, okay, the older brother, you in charge, you the one, you control, you do everything that needs to be done in the house. Anything goes down, you call us, right? That's the older brother always gets that birthright, that responsibility. Okay? So just think about that scenario. So if we're playing that out. Now, if we go back to this original story, which is the story of Osiris and Set, and I didn't go into any details about that, eventually, Osiris, with the help of his wife Isis and his son Horus or Heru, he eventually gets the kingdom back, right? And I'm not going to go into all the details because I think I want to explore that later in another video, right? But he gets the kingdom back. But what I will say, and what I want us to get from this, is that the kingdom was restored by Osiris's child. Listen to me. Osiris got the keys to the kingdom back because of what his wife did and what his child did, Horus did. So who in this scenario, who do you think is Osiris's children? And remember, Osiris was an African deity. He was an African king. So in actuality, if you guys, and think about it philosophically and metaphorically, we would be the Horuses. Black people, the African people, we would be the Horuses. We would be the Isises. We would be the one who would contribute to the kingdom being restored to Osiris, or to the original brother, right? Now, we would be the ones who would help restore the kingdom, right? So I say all this to say is that if we were to take this story seriously and really see ourselves as the Horuses or as the children of Osiris, right, then we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility as the Horuses and as the Isises to wherever we are, no matter where you are, if you're in the Caribbean, if you're in Africa, or if you're in the West, you're in the US, or you're in Canada. Metaphorically, you're a Horus or you're Isis. And wherever you are, you need to be about the job of helping or trying to help to restore the kingdom to the rightful brother. And of course, the rightful brother is the Black man, right? Think about that, you guys. So we all do have a responsibility to help them to restore this kingdom if we're willing to accept the story, And it is a story, and we have to ask ourselves, why has this story played out in so many literary forms? Why was Lion King the highest grossing animated film that Disney has ever created? That film, I think it netted $1.3 billion, right? And I'm going to tell you why I think it is. Why it's such a popular scenario, why it's such a popular story. It's because I think subconsciously, and you guys might think I'm crazy here again, I think subconsciously, I think we all know that the keys to the kingdom is in the wrong hands. I think white people know that, and I think Black people know that, right? And I think that we keep grasping onto these stories that kind of hit us at a visceral and a subconscious level, right? We know that the keys to the kingdom is in the wrong hands. And yet, if we even think about Osiris and we think about Set was the deity of chaos, right? And Osiris was the deity of, they called him the deity of the Black, right? But if we go back to Set, thinking about chaos, what do we see happening in our world as a result of white supremacy and just white man determining and just, snatching the keys to the kingdom and just saying it's going to be the way that he wants it to be? We have a world full of chaos. Everywhere you go, it's chaos. So I say all that to say is that wherever we are, if we begin to think of ourselves as Horus or the children or the descendants of Osiris, we have a responsibility, just like Horus fought to restore the kingdom to his father. we have a responsibility as Black people and as the descendants of Osiris to help with that restoration as well. So no matter where your Jerusalem is, wherever you are, you do what you can to help Black people. And in doing that, no matter how small or how big it is, you will help in this quest to put the kingdom in the hands of the right king. All right. Okay, you guys think about that. I've been thinking about that for a while. That's why I haven't really videotaped anything, because this story has just been just resonating with me, and just the divine has been kind of working it out with me in terms of just helping me to understand it deeply. But I wanted to share with you guys, because like I say, I've been divinely led to talk about it. So that's what I'm doing. So please, you guys, like, share, comment. And you know what, if you have any comments or thoughts about this, please, give me some, please let me know your thoughts in the description box, or not the description, the comment box. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. And I just like to end by saying Ashe, and I will see you guys next time. Okay. Bye.